Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. And I would rather say we have ended with two good weeks of gain. And if you neglect the last Friday's move, the overall market or overall US market for the last 2 weeks has been phenomenal, where the broader market at least gets a chance to recoup some of the losses that it has made in the last couple of months, I would say. And many of the stocks have already fallen like 70, 80, 90, 99%. It's like the close down session for the companies. Now with this, let me welcome you to another session of USA Weekly Market Report series, and here we are going to analyze what happened in the last couple of days and what will probably happen in the upcoming week. And it is very important because next week will be determined, or has been decided by the Fed, because we have the Fed meet, and it's not about the interest rate, how much basis points they are going to hike the rate. Market has already factored in, but what they are going to say is going to make the move. If it is as per the lines that market has anticipated, then it will be a no event. Otherwise, if there is something very unexpected, obviously Fed will definitely have the upper hand. So let's quickly analyze, or let's quickly start this session. But before that, if you haven't yet subscribed my channel yet, just hit on the subscription button. Also hit on the notification bell along with the all button to get my updated video notification. As you can see, European markets looks quite good even after a big rate hike in the last 11 years, the first rate hike in the last 11 years, where US market was up, and I would say the US market was down quite a bit, but I would rather neglect this fall. I'll tell you the reasons, but let's quickly go and check some of the important things that has happened as far as the last couple of days are concerned. So if you are looking at the headline, the first good news is about the deal that has happened to resume grain export via the Black Sea. So this will help to reduce for lowering the commodity prices. And as you can see, Russia slashes key interest rate by 150 basis points. So this is one positive thing that you can see, which is indicating that things are not looking as hard as it were in the 2 or 3 months back. Apart from that, European Central Bank action faces stiff early test as economy tethers on the brink of recession. Now what I would say is, because of I don't know whether they have the sensible understanding of their economy and what's going in and what's going out, or a bunch of level-headed guys sit on the table and say we are the ruler and we are going to do whatever we want, irrespective of thinking what we have to face. So these kind of decisions will always hurt you, and probably the leaders tries to hurt the people of their own country. And now you have a stagflation kind of situation. You have inflation which is going up. You have things which are not working, and now you need to hike the interest rate when the economy is on the brink of the recession and inflation is going up. So things are looking quite messy. And if you think in a layman term, or if you just read couple of things, you will get to understand that sometimes people living their life peacefully, but they don't want it. They want to put their legs into another's basket. That's what they are trying to do, and now you have to face the consequences. Apart from climatic change, the global climatic change is a huge, I would say, disaster which you can see, and things are not at all looking good. So apart from that, what do we have here? Let us see. So this headline, I really like this headline, that there is at least a grain export which has resumed, because commodity prices are on the higher side, and you are talking about two countries which satisfies the order of the global market for wheat, because they are 30 to 40% exporter to the whole world. So if they are in problem, entire world will be in problem. Apart from that, Germany agrees to bail out energy giant Uniper as per the Russia squeezes gas supply. Now this is what is happening. As you can see, I don't want to go into this or explain, even want to give my thoughts. Okay. Apart from that, let us see what do we have here. I think there is one thing that is completely missing. Let me scroll down a bit and let us see if we have something related to that. Otherwise, I will cover it up definitely. I will share that news with you, because that's very, very important. So I don't find it right now. Okay, so let's just go to Google. So here is Google, and let me find that news for you. So here we are. So this is not actually bank crisis, this is mortgage crisis. Now the bank don't have money, and you can see huge amount of tanks they are on the street, so to forcefully push the people. And if this is the thing, the crux of this story is, China is facing a huge mortgage kind of thing, and their real estate bubble is now getting punctured. And this is the thing, remember one thing, that China is the world's biggest consumer of commodities. If China is in trouble and their real estate market is in trouble, obviously commodities are going to be on the downside. The price of commodity gets slashed. So this is one thing as far as the users are concerned, because if the commodity prices are higher, then commodity producers will get benefited. But if commodity prices are down, then most of the things are directly or indirectly related with commodities. Most of the things, okay, each and everything. If you are using soap or gel or some food or motor vehicle, anything is related to commodity directly or indirectly. So the bigger part of the group will get benefited out of it. But at the same time, if China, the biggest consumer and developer of commodity, is in trouble, this will definitely have a ripple effect, and this financial crisis could definitely have a ripple effect on other economies as well. So this is a big worry sign, and one must have their eye on it. Okay. Apart from that, let's quickly go and let's do our regular analysis, where we are going to analyze the overall market. As I told you, I don't want to look into this number. Even this fall is, I would say, for the time being, this is just taking profits back. Apart from that, gold has come down very sharply from $2,000 to $1,700. Is a very big move on the downside. And if you are looking or holding it for the long term, obviously this is giving an opportunity. Oil is down towards $95, but this is US, not UK. If you are checking UK, it will definitely be above 100. Okay, they have another issue. Apart from that, natural gas, as I told you, natural gas is not at all looking good, and once it sustain above $7, it will definitely moves higher, and you can clearly see. And winter is approaching. Now this time, when you see winter approaches, the second half, at least for natural gas, is going to be on the higher side, at least for the European and even for the US countries. And European countries will continues to, the problem in European countries will be much higher, because natural gas is like their daily commodity, okay, daily used commodity. Apart from that, you can see sharp fall in the yields, bond yields as well. And it is very important to mention a US dollar index right now, because it is showing some sort of downtrend if you are looking at the current price chart. So let's quickly analyze or let's start our analysis with dollar index, because dollar index will guide us for the next move on the upside. And as you can clearly see, there is sharp downtick from 109 to 106.5, and even if I'm looking at the daily chart, as you can see, there is negative crossover. So there is a negative crossover which you can clearly see. And if dollar index, let me tell you, if dollar index falls below 105.85, then the next support we have here is 104.63. okay, and in case of any bad scenario, one must not be surprised if it retest 200-day moving average, which is nothing but 100, okay, which is way below than the current price. But I'm not talking about this right now. What I'm saying is your next two immediate support, which is 105.85 and 104.63. So any other cases, this is good for the equity market, and that's why I don't really bothered about the move that has happened in the US market. And it's just a one-day correction that has happened. We have to see. And if I look at the daily chart, and if I want to make a trend out of it, what we can see is something like this. So here we are. So what we can see here is something like this. Okay, we have to see, and that's why I don't want to be very bearish beyond a certain point. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, which has corrected the most as far as the Friday session is concerned, let me tell you that NASDAQ is something which has gained the most as well. So if you are looking at the short-term chart, what you can see here is something like this. So this is what you can see as far as the hourly chart of NASDAQ is concerned. And if you do look at the chart, you can see some levels like this. Okay, so this is what you can see as far as NASDAQ composite is concerned, and this is what we are looking at as far as the upper end of the range is concerned. So what do we have? We have 12,335 as your big resistance. As far as your support is concerned, okay, even if it will come down to 11,690, it won't be a problem, because this was your resistance. Now it will work as a support. Okay, so on the downside for NASDAQ, on the downside you have 11,690, and on the upside you have 12,350. And once it moves beyond 12,350, 360, we will then reanalyze NASDAQ again, hopefully in the next session. Now, as far as Dow Jones is concerned, the most conservative, it does not move higher, it does not go lower. So, it's the most conservative one. So, looking at the price chart of Dow Jones, you can clearly see that it is very near to, it is at the resistance as well as at the breakout level. So once Dow Jones started trading above 31,910, okay, just add 8 more points. If Dow Jones started trading above 31,910, the range will expand. In which case the next two target that we have here is going to be 32,728 and 33,269. So these are your next two levels as far as Dow Jones is concerned. Now let me tell you one more interesting thing about the equity market, which is that I have already told you about the dollar index, and the dollar index is in corrective mode. So it will also depend upon how dollar index is going to move. And if dollar index is going to move sharply on the downside, levels will just be a number. And you will see how stock market or the broader market can perform in a very good manner. The opportunity which you can see here is in gold futures. So this is the chart of gold future, and as you can see, the gold future is indicating a big move. Okay, because the gold future is trading exactly at the support level. It has corrected to $300 from the top. It has taken support at 200-day moving average. This is a weekly chart, and right now it is started showing some sort of upside. So what do we have here? On the downside, you can keep your stop loss at 1684, and on the upside we have three specific targets to look at, which is 1931, 2004, and the big target of 2088. Okay, and you have your immediate support of 1709, 1710. So 1710 will be your immediate support, 1680 is going to be your stop loss, and upside you have 1930, 2004 and 2088 on the upside. So this is how we are looking at gold. So gold is giving you a good swing, a nice opportunity going forward that one must look at as far as the next upcoming sessions are concerned. So on a whole, and on the contrary side, you will see two specific things. As far as equity market is concerned, if most of the negatives that we know has been factored in, so irrespective of what will happen in the main street economy, we'll go into recession, inflation, all those things, leave all those things behind. If you are only looking to stock market, they are going to perform on the higher side. Okay, so don't try to compare it with your daily grocery bills and why the stock market is going higher. Don't try to do that. Apart from that, there is a challenge from Eurozone as well as from China, because Eurozone is in recession, and the kind of problems they are facing, they are not going to get out of it until and unless they bend. So if they keep themselves out from a geopolitical crisis, their economy will bounce back soon as far as Europe is concerned. And as far as Chinese real estate market and the bank crisis is concerned, it is showing, because we don't know anything about China. I mean, it is not like any other country where we don't know what's actually going on inside the economy. But what we do know, if Chinese real estate market is in problem, the commodity prices will go down sharply, because 50 to 60% consumption is from China as far as the commodity producing as well as consuming commodities is concerned, and it will definitely have a role on impact on big economies as far as or global economies is concerned. Okay, you cannot be spared irrespective of where you are right now. And if you are in global financial market, China's economy will pose a threat to you by a small degree or large degree. That is variable, but yes, you will definitely face a problem. So let us see in the short term. I mean, as far as next week is concerned, the uptrend is intact. Okay, a short term correction or a profit taking is there, but dollar index is helping a lot. Gold is looking good, and that's why once the stock market stabilize, or once the very short term correction ended, the stock market, chances are it will move higher. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.